Y'all better sit down for this one. Because what if I told you that behind all those Sunday smiles, faith-filled hugs, and healthy black love sermons, Tamela Mann was getting played by two of the people she trusted the most?
Yep.
Not only did David Mann allegedly betray her as a husband, but now we're hearing he was creeping with none other than the white coat queen herself, Dr. Jackie. Yes, the same Dr. Jackie, who's supposed to uplift women, protect families, and be the moral compass of every women's wellness podcast. And you know who just blew the lid off this whole gospel-flavored affair? Tamela's own daughter, Porsche. Man, she didn't hold back. She didn't flinch. She exposed everything, from suspicious late-night checkups to hotel bills, burner phones, and even text messages that read like a cheap BET drama. You thought gospel scandals couldn't get messier than the Kirk Franklin clapback? Think again. This ain't just a cheating scandal. This is betrayal dressed in church robes and a stethoscope. So grab your tea, grab your edges, because Porsche just lit the gospel world on fire. And baby, it's burning in the name of truth. Let's get into it. Let's just start with this. Imagine building your entire life around faith, family, and gospel music, only to find out that the two people closest to you are allegedly sneaking around behind your back. Not just with lies, but with a full-blown affair that's been hidden for years. Because, according to Porsche Mann, daughter of gospel legend Tamela Mann, her mother's emotional breakdown, public silence, and sudden hospitalization didn't come out of nowhere.
No.
It was the result of years of betrayal orchestrated by none other than David Mann, the man we all thought was gospel's golden husband. And wait for it, Dr. Jackie, the celebrity OB/GYN many viewers know from TV. Yes, that Dr. Jackie, the so-called doctor of discretion, the face of poise and professionalism, now allegedly caught in the biggest behind-the-scenes betrayal the gospel world has ever witnessed. So, how did this all come out? Well, according to insiders close to the Mann family, it all started with a whispered confession, a quiet moment between Porsche and her mother that spiraled into a wave of emotional revelations, hospital documents, suspicious prescriptions, unexplainable behavior. And then boom, the discovery of private emails, secret rendezvous, and even burner phone receipts. The level of detail Porsche revealed has left fans absolutely stunned. She claims Dr. Jackie wasn't just Tamela's physician. She was allegedly her emotional confidant and David's hidden obsession. The treatment visits weren't just about medicine. And the late-night check-ins? Let's just say they had nothing to do with blood pressure. According to Porsche, Tamela started getting suspicious when her health began declining, but David kept pushing her to perform, pushing her to honor her obligations. And every time Tamela raised concerns, David allegedly pulled out medical advice, conveniently attributed to Dr. Jackie, the woman they all trusted. But here's where it gets disturbing. Porsche says Tamela was never fully briefed on her treatment. Medications were given without full transparency. Medical decisions were allegedly made by David and Jackie behind closed doors. And when Tamela's body started showing signs of serious strain, not one, not two, but 3 hospitalizations, David allegedly insisted on keeping it quiet for the brand. Porsche isn't mincing words. My mom didn't just end up in that hospital bed. Someone put her there. And now I know who. She says this wasn't just neglect. It was betrayal. She claims she caught wind of the affair when she stumbled across an iCloud backup that hadn't been cleared properly. In it, screenshots, photos, conversations, and one especially disturbing video clip allegedly showing David and Dr. Jackie sharing an intimate dinner in a private hotel suite, while Tamela was hospitalized for heart complications. And if that isn't enough to leave you gagged, Porsche goes even further. She claims the affair has been going on for over 6 years, with Dr. Jackie making sure Tamela stayed just well enough to perform, but never strong enough to start asking serious questions. Allegedly, this wasn't just about lust, it was about control. David, according to Porsche, had full power of attorney over Tamela's medical decisions, something Tamela reportedly doesn't remember ever signing. Jackie, as her physician, allegedly co-signed those decisions. Which means every hospital visit, every prescription, Every override of Tamela's wishes was signed off by the same two people now accused of betraying her. And it gets darker. Porsche says she later found emails between David and an entertainment law firm discussing Tamela's intellectual property, her songs, her voice rights, even licensing deals in the event of permanent incapacitation. Let that sink in. While Tamela was singing praises on stage, her husband was allegedly preparing legal paperwork in case she couldn't continue. And Dr. Jackie? Her name appears in the documents too, reportedly providing ongoing medical assessments that supported David's decisions to keep Tamela touring while she was silently declining in health. This isn't just a scandal, it's an alleged gospel conspiracy. And Porsche? She's done being quiet. She's filed for full control over her mother's medical care, legal affairs, and personal representation. She's started legal action against both David and Dr. Jackie. And she's dropped a bombshell legal request, a forensic audit of all medical documentation related to Tamela Mann over the past 7 years. Now, the gospel world is spiraling. Fans are scrambling to make sense of it all. Past interviews with David and Jackie are being rewatched. Viewers are pointing out body language, that awkward handhold between Jackie and David at a gospel awards show in 2022. Now people are calling it the affair handshake. Porsche says, "I loved my father, but love doesn't mean silence. And silence doesn't mean innocence. His silence is guilt. And I'm going to make sure my mom never has to suffer quietly again." As the story exploded on social media, #TamelaTruth started trending on Twitter. Fans expressed heartbreak, confusion, outrage. One comment reads, "Tamela gave us her soul in every song, and now she's been betrayed by the two people who are supposed to protect her. This is evil." Another says, "Dr. Jackie? Really? I trusted her. This feels like a punch to the gut." Even celebrity gospel singers are now weighing in. A source said, "I've been around the Manns. The dynamic was off, but no one ever thought it would be this." And here's where part 1 wraps. Because just when you think you've heard it all, the hotel receipts, the burner phones, the sketchy prescription orders, Porsche drops one final reveal before diving into full legal warfare. Ready? According to her sources, Dr. Jackie had been spotted multiple times, not in Atlanta, where her practice is based, but in Dallas, in Tamela's own neighborhood. One visit happened just 3 days before Tamela was rushed to the ER. And as Porsche says, "Tell me again, that's just a coincidence?" So now, the smoke is in the air and Porsche Mann is no longer whispering. She's shouting. And the receipts? Oh, they're scorching. Because let's talk about that Dallas trip Dr. Jackie made just days before Tamela was hospitalized. Porsche claims she found surveillance footage from a neighbor's doorbell camera, who shows up in a sleek black Mercedes with tinted windows. None other than Dr. Jackie herself, walking into the Mann residence with a duffel bag. No stethoscope, no medical kit, just a weekend bag, heels, and a trench coat. What kind of house call is that? Porsche is connecting the dots. She believes David and Dr. Jackie had been planning this secret affair getaway, and the stress Tamela suddenly experienced the next day conveniently landed her in the hospital and out of the way. Coincidence? Porsche says absolutely not. And this is where it goes full soap opera. Apparently, David had been telling friends and even church colleagues that Tamela was emotionally unstable. He was planting seeds, setting the stage. And guess who he claimed was the only person Tamela trusted to treat her? Yep, Dr. Jackie. Now hold up. Let's not forget, Dr. Jackie is no stranger to drama. While she's been portrayed as the calm, collected doctor on reality TV, she's also had her name attached to some eyebrow-raising lawsuits, medical negligence complaints, accusations of overprescribing, all conveniently swept under the rug. But now Porsche is dragging those receipts back up like old bones. She claims this isn't the first time Dr. Jackie has blurred the lines between professionalism and personal interest. Porsche even points to a 2019 incident where a former patient accused Dr. Jackie of emotional manipulation during treatment. And while that case quietly disappeared from the headlines, it's now getting pulled straight back into the spotlight. And if you think Porsche is doing this alone, think again. Turns out Tamela's sister, who had been estranged from the family for years, just stepped forward. In a voice memo leaked online, she said David always kept people at a distance, especially if they started asking questions. He was paranoid, controlling. And Jackie? She was always around when she didn't need to be. It never made sense. Phew. This isn't just a betrayal. It's a coordinated takedown of trust, a slow poisoning of a woman's agency. Physically, emotionally, and financially. And fans are beginning to rewatch every single Mann family interview with new eyes. That viral clip from the Stellar Awards in 2021, where Tamela seemed dazed and off balance while David kept interrupting her, it's now being analyzed like the Zapruder film. People are asking, was she drugged? Was she overmedicated? Was she silenced? And the plot thickens. Porsche is now alleging that Tamela's tour contracts were being forged. Yep. She claims several appearances in 2023 were signed off with digital signatures her mother never approved. One deal with a gospel cruise company allegedly included a clause that would hand over the rights to all of Tamela's recorded performances forever. And who negotiated that clause? A management firm Porsche says is directly connected to Dr. Jackie's cousin. Let that marinate. This is starting to look like a gospel empire built on forged signatures, manipulated diagnoses, and the silent suffering of a woman who just wanted to sing for God. But Porsche isn't stopping at legal threats. She's organizing a full-blown digital movement, launching a website titled Tamela's Voice, where she's uploading documents, screenshots, voice notes, and timelines. She wants the world to see what's been going on behind closed doors. And let's not forget the public reaction. Gospel groups are disbanding. Churches are canceling Mann family-themed events. And Dr. Jackie? She's gone radio silent. Her team issued a generic statement saying, Dr. Jackie maintains the highest professional standards and denies any wrongdoing. Dr. Jackie's team issued a generic statement saying she is a professional and denies any inappropriate relationship. She remains committed to her patients' well-being. That's it. That's all you've got? After 6 years of alleged sneaking around? Meanwhile, David Mann tried to clap back with a cryptic Instagram post that simply read, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone," accompanied by a black and white photo of a dove flying away. Boy, if you don't, social media isn't buying it. The comment section was full of fire emojis, clown memes, and one person saying, "Jesus wept then unfollowed you." But while the world is laughing at David's weak defense, Porsche is making serious moves. She has reportedly filed a request to freeze all joint bank accounts tied to Tamela and David's entertainment company. She wants a forensic accounting. She wants answers. She wants accountability. And it's no longer just about the affair. Porsche claims that Tamela's entire estate plan was rewritten under suspicious circumstances, while she was heavily medicated. In 2022, new beneficiaries appeared. Old ones were erased. And the notary who signed off on it no longer works at the firm. No trace of them exists online. The deeper this gets, the more it feels like a thriller movie, except it's not on Netflix. It's real life. Industry insiders are now whispering that this might trigger a wider investigation, not just into the Mann family, but into a circle of celebrity doctors who have allegedly been helping manage high-profile patients behind the scenes. It's giving Get Out energy. It's giving Scandal, Gospel Edition. And just when you think the script has run out of plot twists, Porsche drops another bombshell. She says a USB drive was mailed to her anonymously, containing audio. Recordings of conversations between David and Jackie. One of them, she claims, features David saying, "Once Tamela is out of the picture, we can finally take this public." Let that sink in. A man plotting his wife's removal, physically, emotionally, and professionally, while planning a public rebrand with her doctor. That's not just scandalous. That's criminal. That's dark. And Porsche isn't backing down. She's hired a private security team, started therapy sessions for her mother, and is now pursuing a legal injunction to prevent David from being within 500 feet of Tamela during her recovery. So, what does this all mean? It means the gospel world just got shaken to its core. The Mann family, once considered the royalty of Christian entertainment, is now caught in a storm of betrayal, manipulation, and possibly criminal behavior. And Porsche? She's stepping into her own light, not as a victim, but as a warrior. She says, "This isn't about revenge. This is about restoration. My mom gave her life to God, and all these people gave their lives to controlling her. That ends now." And with that mic drop, we prepare for the final blow. Because in part 3, Porsche reveals the final piece of evidence, and the internet might not be ready for what she's about to expose. So now, here we are, standing at the edge of the biggest gospel scandal of the decade. If you thought the USB recordings Porsche mentioned were the climax, buckle up, because what she's about to drop isn't just damning. It's nuclear. Let's rewind. After weeks of silence, Porsche releases a documented timeline. And not just any timeline. We're talking voice notes, security footage, stills, GPS pings, tampered medical charts, contracts, all pointing to one undeniable truth. Tamela Mann's health was deliberately compromised, physically, emotionally, and financially. Now you may be asking, why would David Mann, the charming, God-fearing family man of gospel entertainment, go to these extremes? Because control wasn't enough. He wanted ownership. Let's start with the Golden Gospel Fund, a private nonprofit David and Dr. Jackie reportedly launched in late 2022. On paper, it was a spiritual wellness initiative for aging gospel artists. In reality, Porsche alleges it was a money laundering front, using Tamela's name and image to pull in donations and sponsorships, while Tamela had no idea the fund even existed. One leaked bank statement shows a $750,000 deposit from a charity gala in Atlanta, held while Tamela was undergoing treatment at an undisclosed clinic. Porsche says her mother was drugged at the time. She couldn't walk straight, let alone endorse a financial scheme. But the smoking gun? A contract dated March 15, 2023, with a digital signature from David Mann, giving David full legal authority over her music, appearances, and brand decisions until 2030. Porsche swears Tamela never signed it. And here's the kicker. A handwriting expert Porsche hired has gone on record stating that the signature shows significant signs of digital forgery. The notary who signed off? Turns out he works for a media firm that previously handled Dr. Jackie's PR campaigns. I mean, it's too neat, too clean, too evil. And then Porsche hits us with the tape. No, not another audio file. A full-blown hidden camera recording, allegedly captured in Dr. Jackie's personal spa suite. The footage shows David and Jackie in a very non-professional position. And no, this wasn't two people discussing medical charts. It was romantic. It was intimate. And it was allegedly dated months before Tamela's health began mysteriously declining. That footage is now in the hands of Porsche's legal team. Let's talk legal, because this situation has officially become a bona fide criminal investigation. Porsche has filed a civil lawsuit for medical fraud, financial exploitation of an incapacitated adult, forgery, emotional abuse, conspiracy to commit fraud across state lines, her attorneys are calling it. One of the most complex abuses of power involving public religious figures in modern entertainment history. Meanwhile,